Hey, what's going on, people? Welcome back to Football Therapy with me, your host, Yan. I hope you lot are all doing well today, man. I really do hope that. And welcome back to Chelsea News, the daily series here on Football Therapy, where I go across football news media, see what they're saying in the rags, in the rumours, and all that lot, consolidate it for you guys, present it to you in this manageable package, and offer you my opinion on said stories, and more importantly, man, ask for yours down in the comment section below. And today, we're talking about 3 stories, as per the normal ritual around here, man. Firstly, footy headlines have leaked. Apparently, the official Chelsea home kit going into next season. Do I believe this? I have no idea. A lot of people do. Apparently, it's the official kit, so we're going to talk about that. A story I spoke about back in May has re-emerged into the media through the medium of Marca in Spain, talking about Kepa Valencia potentially going to Valencia for a 2-year loan spell. We'll talk about what I think about that story. And finally, we know Pedro Rodriguez is off to Serie A to go play for Roma. Lovely scenes, really. Quite a nice move for him and the club, to be honest. A happy ending for Pedro's Chelsea story. Willian's come out recently and spoke about how he's happy to finish the season with his temporary contracts, like he and Pedro both signed. But he's like, afterwards, I might go, but I might stay. Frank Lampard said something similar. Willian could yet stay at Chelsea. Chelsea fans everywhere in high-octane panic start arguing with each other about Willian. So yeah, talking point there. Lots of good gear to crack into today, man. So strap yourselves in, boys. It's going to be a fun video, and listen to this message while I tell you this video is brought to you by OneFootball. If you haven't done so yet, mate, you need to click on that link in the top of the description to check out OneFootball, man. It's free. It's a free platform that gives you everything you need regarding Chelsea. So the real question is, why wouldn't you, man? You want fixtures, scores, results, news, statistics, everything, alerts. I use OneFootball on my phone all the time, so you should check it out too, man. Click the link in the top of the description. You know, maybe open it in another tab, have it ready after this video, go check it out. Whatever you want to do. Alright, let's get into it. Right, before we trigger the people from Twitter and talk about Willian and all that kind of stuff, let's look at the kits, man. Right, footy headlines have leaked these kits. Here is the shirt, the home shirt for next season, reportedly, or if you believe the rumours. I don't hate it. I actually quite like the black trim, how it works on the dark sort of royal blue. It's kind of like a cool change. Obviously I love the white on blue, but something for a little bit different. I don't hate the black trim, and you know what, man? I don't even hate the pattern on the blue. I quite like that, and generally everything like that I'm down with, except of course the massive number 3 on the chest. And here are the shorts. Again, like the pattern, like the trim, no quarrels with the shorts. I think they look cool, I think they look different, I like the vibe. Personally, I don't expect everyone to. Hey, everyone's different when it comes to kits, but really it's the number 3. Here's a zoom in on the pattern as well, so you can have a good look at that. I am interested in it and I'm fine with it, except the logo, the sponsor. Loads of Chelsea fans are unhappy with it. To be honest, man, I think it might grow on me, or it might grow on us. It is centralized, it's kind of circular in many ways, or it's a controlled sort of relatively small sponsor. It's not like a big, like, you know, spread out message or anything. It's relatively concise. It's just because it's like soft and squidgy, I think. Loads of people would have preferred it saying 3 in like a word format like this. This is a concept shirt that someone made. In terms of the sponsor message there, it looks much more neat. But I think maybe the number 3 might grow on us. It might, I don't know, offend us less and less, hopefully, eventually. Can't promise you that though, so we'll see what happens. Assuming, of course, this is the official kit and this story is right. Anyway, we've talked about the dirty number 3 kit, let's move on. Marca have been talking about the Kepa story again. Tabloid rags in the UK have picked up on it like the Mail. But let's talk about the story anyway, in theory, because I've been speaking about this for a long time. Now, I feel I must offer the disclaimer that I always do. I'm not necessarily Kepa out and never have been. I've talked about how he's disappointed and underperformed, but I've also spoken of perhaps his good attitude in terms of being focused and wanting to be the best. Maybe that lets him down sometimes, but also he's a talented goalkeeper, right? And since the couple of games before and after lockdown. He hasn't been awful. Frank Lampard's reinstated him as the first team goalkeeper. I think he's been training well, if you believe what Frank Lampard says, but that doesn't mean he's all in. That doesn't mean he sees Kepa as this goalkeeper that can help him challenge Liverpool at the top. We just don't know that. It's very difficult to get a read on Frank Lampard at the best of times. So this story coming from Spain is implying that Kepa would go to Valencia on a 2-year loan deal with the option to buy. Now, this is not the first time this Valencia link has come up before, and in theory, this is exactly what I said prior to the story, that this would be something that worked. I always said a 2-year loan for Kepa. I said Chelsea would make a gargantuan loss if they sold him off. They'd need to loan him for a long time, or I said over a year, so 2 years, so he'd develop a rapport with the fans, with the club, hopefully make saves, the Spanish-speaking country, so he can speak to everyone fluently. And if he develops, a higher profile and the club get better, then perhaps they buy him for, I don't know, like £50 million? I just don't know. You can understand why, in theory, this deal would have to be structured like this to protect Chelsea's investment as much as possible. But is it realistic? I'm not so sure. I think it's the most realistic option if Frank Lampard and Chelsea were indeed to get rid of Kepa or get him out of the club for a bit so they could bring in someone else. Of course, Chelsea have been heavily linked with the likes of Andre Onana, who I think would be very interested in joining Chelsea if he's given the chance. And perhaps Frank Lampard himself would feel more comfortable, feel more safe with the likes of Andre Onana in net, in between the sticks for his Blues. I have to say, it's very difficult to get a read of Frank Lampard with these things. He said Kepa's been training well, he's probably been training well. Well, I just don't know, man. So anyway, obviously offer your thoughts and opinions on that down in the comment section below as we move on to Willian. He got the call from Abramovich and off he went to Stamford Bridge. You know the rest. Pedro is going to Roma. Both Pedro and Willian signed temporary contract extensions to see them out to the end of this campaign, and when it's done, Pedro is off to Syria, to Roma, big club, lovely city, to have a lovely time, and not, one big decent contract in the autumn years of his career. Chelsea can thank him, he can thank Chelsea. Lovely scenes. We know Frank Lampard loves Willian. This is a sentiment he has echoed recently yet again. He's done it all season, and he's done it again to Chelsea TV in post-match press conferences. He said he's been a massive player for me this season, and he's really grateful for him. Willian recently came out in an interview and said, yes, I'm pleased to sign this temporary contract to help Chelsea hopefully secure Champions League football, top 4, and who knows, I might go afterwards, but hey, I might stay. Whether that means he's like, yeah, there's a chance they'll give me a 3-year deal still, or maybe he just means, so you know what, man, I like it here. I want to sign this 2-year deal that's actually already on the table from Chelsea Football Club. And it's not just Willian, man. Frank Lampard was asked about this in a press conference again recently, talking about these short-term extensions, but he sort of spoke about Willian, how we're still working on something, and it kind of got convoluted a little bit and lost, and we didn't know if they were talking about the short-term or the long-term, but the way he sort of took an extra few seconds and said, yeah, we're still working on Willian. What do you mean you're working on something? These short-term contracts are done, right? So what's happening here? Basically implied Frank Lampard still wants him to stay and wants the club to do everything they can to reach some form of agreement. If that's giving him 3 years, and Frank Lampard would probably sign off on that very happily. Give him 3 years, mate, let him play to 34. I played to 34, Willian can. He's in very fit shape, Now, Chelsea fans all over the globe will not be happy with this. Loads of people do appreciate him. I'm definitely put myself in that camp. You all know me, I'm very much into my stats and metrics, and Willian pumps out very strong creative metrics, and he's got an incredibly high work rate, work ethic on the pitch. So valuable. Coaches love that. They've always loved Willian, as does Frank Lampard. Now, Willian's going to want to play, I imagine, and with the arrival of Hakim Ziyech, Timo, Werner, and Chelsea being heavily linked with the likes of Saïd, Benrahma, what does this mean for Willian? Let's not forget about Pulisic and Callum Hudson-Odoi. It's great that Chelsea have 2 strong starting winger sets, but when you're getting a bit beyond that, where does 32-year-old Willian come into it? Very, very difficult indeed. I'm not sure how I feel about it. If he signs a contract extension, maybe good. Another player Frank Lampard trusts on the books, and I want Frank Lampard to be happy to build his project, to do well. Obviously, Willian played, well against City, scored the penalty. It's a difficult one to call. I'm on the fence, as I always am. What do you guys think, though? Get down in the comment section below and express yourself and all the things I've spoken about in today's video, whether it's the kit, whether it's the Kepa situation, or it's the Willian situation. Regardless, all three of these stories are massive talking points, and I am sure will divide opinion between loads of Chelsea fans. So do express yourself down in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the video, please do like this video, man. Helps me out a lot. So please click a like, and why not subscribe to the channel if you're new, and click that OneFootball app link in the top of the description. That's it from me. Enjoy the football, and I will see you later.
You ain't so tough with that bad boy tuck. I'ma get it how I'm living, I'ma walk the walk. Outline my lines, I rap through thought. Body bag the verse, outlined in chalk. In my life seen trouble, hustle on the double. Silence on the trigger like my pick got a muzzle. Yo chick like to guzzle, bad boy stay in trouble. I only love this paper, sorry I don't. I laugh me, baby.